Hey guys, good morning. It is, what is it?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, October 1st, 2025. I'm Jason,
I'm Jackie.
and we are
The Flames.
back for another edition of Keep the Flame Alive. And before we get going, why are you so excited that it's October? Like, you're not usually a fall person, you're a Christmas person.
I know, we have a black cat now, and it's cozy, and it's just feeling like seasony. I like it.
All right. Well, it is October 1st and it is officially fall, and you're wearing a perfect color for fall. And we have Moore Park Country Days coming up this Saturday, October
Yay.
4th. So we're excited about that. But let's get right into it. Let's talk about our topic today. If you are watching live, let us know if you're watching. Drop us some comments and questions. Also, do us a favor and please share. Uh-oh, what'd I do?
Don't do
We're
that.
back.
Don't
Don't
do
do that. I shouldn't swipe things. Anyway, if you're watching live, drop us some comments. Let us know you're there. And please share this video and go to YouTube and subscribe to Master Motivation Podcast. So this week, this episode, we're tackling a topic every couple faces: conflict. We'll share the rules we've set for ourselves when disagreements come up, how we work through them, uh, how we work through them without tearing each other down,
that.
and the lessons we've learned about turning conflict into connection. It's all about fighting fair, keeping respect at the center, and growing together. So let's get into it, and let's start with our first question. When disagreements come up, what ground rules do we both follow to make sure that the conversation stays respectful?
So, is that me starting?
You wrote notes, so
I did, because I'm always stumped at some of the questions, and this was a hard topic for me. So I'm not conflicty.
you're not conflicty.
No, I'm so go with the flow. So I was thinking that we're pretty good about not rolling our eyes, not stomping our feet, not calling names. Like calling names, that's such a predictor of bad things to come, I feel like. Um, yeah, I think those are kind of rules that we both follow. More you than me, but no, we don't stomp our feet. We
No,
don't.
we fight pretty fair, but I think one of the things when it comes to conflict that I try to remind myself is to not place blame, and that it's a conflict that we're both facing. Um, Whether it's an argument, it's a big life issue, or something that we're trying to navigate. But I try not to place blame, because I feel like that just puts you on a defensive, and then anytime you get defensive, you want to fight back harder. And also, with that being said, um, an argument or conflict, it isn't about winning. It doesn't have to be. I know, and I hate losing. I hate losing more than than anything else, really. But it's not, when it comes to conflict with us, we win when we work through the conflict, I think, in the end. And so not trying to place blame, and not trying to make it about winning, but just trying to work through it and navigate it.
Yeah, because I mean, no, there is no winner really in married couples argument.
Well, you always win, but I would rather say I'm sorry 9 times out of 10, even if I know that maybe it wasn't my fault, because I think it'll at least get us to an easier place of discussion, rather than just kind of digging our heels in.
Yeah,
So,
fair.
all right, we got a couple people watching, guys. We are talking about fighting fair, our rules for healthy conflict. Um, Second question: how do you recognize when it's time to take a break during a heated moment, and how do you come back to finish the conversation?
Oof. So I feel like the right answer is when it gets a little too hot or uncomfortable, or you start to, get extra frustrated, you should just walk away and take a minute, take a walk, take a deep breath, take a drive, whatever you need to do to calm yourself down, but make sure you get back to it. But the immediate answer is I don't know that we ever really do that. I feel like we try to hash it out and get through it rather than, we never sleep on it. Um, I think we push through it
Hmm.
specifically.
Yeah, well, because I'm a I have to talk through things.
Ugh,
I have to talk it out. Whatever is going on, whatever challenge we're having, whatever challenge you're having, like I want to talk about it. I just want to talk, 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 talk. And sometimes that's hard for you. So I have to realize when, okay, it's time to let it go, time to let it just, settle for a minute. And then I will subtly bring it up, later. If it's ever, Dana Abbott is watching, and so our topic is about fighting fair, and he says spear fighting.
sounds
Um,
fair.
yeah, sounds fair. Uh, good to see you, Dana. Thanks for watching, bud. Um, but I listen, I have never felt the need to just like leave. Like I'm gonna leave and we'll deal with this later. Like I just I can't do that. I'd rather like stay an hour too long and try to talk it out than just leave and walk away because as most men are, we try to like fix things and we want to have just the resolution
Yeah.
and then be able to move on. But yeah, I don't think there's ever those times where we like have to just like storm away from each other or sleep on the couch. That only happens when I'm sick, but that was you this time.
Yeah.
Um, we definitely I know that if anything has happened and it's not totally resolved at the end of the night, I am not waking up and asking about that thing first thing in the morning. That's as a matter of fact for me most of the times, unless it is super super important and gonna have long-term effects. Like for the most part, if it was just a little squabble or whatever, a disagreement, I'm waking up and thinking it never even happened. I'm just gonna let it go
Yep.
because most of the times it does just kind of go away for us.
There was a time I remember one time I have no idea what we were arguing about, and it was so long ago. But I remember, and like the kids were in elementary school, and I remember I had to go somewhere, or I left or something. And I remember you texted me. We were in the middle of like a pretty heated conversation, and you texted me and said, "You seem to be better at texting than talking." So I'm going. So then you text me the long like thing, and I was like, "Oh, that's so sweet," and it made me cry. But I don't think I gave in at that point. But that was a long time ago.
Oh, that's okay. You are a better texter sometimes, and sometimes I know that too. Like it's if we're gonna have something that's like can go, can get heated or get, elevate. Maybe it is just easier to text it. Sometimes texting is a little bit easier, but you don't get because, a lot of people don't like texting because there's no emotion.
Right.
You can't sense the tone in their voice and all of that. And I think sometimes if there's an argument or a disagreement, like take the emotion out of it
Yeah.
and that makes it a little bit easier. So
And I will do anything not to talk. So
not to me,
no, not to you. That's
not to
true.
me.
On the phone.
All right, guys. Well, again, we're talking about fighting fair, our rules for healthy conflict. This is keep the flame alive. What are we on? Like week 8. It's like week 8 for us.
Ooh.
So far, we just talked about our ground rules of disagreements, talked about recognizing time to take a break. But next question is, what's one conflict you face that actually strengthened your marriage once you worked through it? And this was one that we both kind of really sat on for a little bit and thought about. And I don't think that either one of us could really think of a major conflict that I don't know that's I mean every conflict strengthens our marriage because it just helps us if we dealt with it once, we know how to deal with it again. But did you have enough?
I had a thought that, I mean, maybe not a conflict between us, but how do we handle conflicts? Like,
Hmm.
I feel like we're really good. I feel like it's very important to be a united front and, respect your spouse and take their side. And maybe if it's not 100% perfect, talk about it later and but believe in them and know that they're making the right decision
Yeah,
for you both.
we we're faced with a lot of conflict
Yeah.
in whether it's in our business, whether it's in the community, whether it's with family or people around us. Um, that is something that we're really good at is that we always have that united front. And I know for a fact that there's times that you don't 100% agree with me, but you're still there to support me and have my back. And then we kind of have our discussion on the back end of how we are going to deal with it. And I noticed one of your notes saying instead of saying I, it's everything is more we. That was your first. It was about your first.
Yeah, I was moving it down to 5.
It's
I
okay.
was
It's okay. I stole it from you.
it was
I'm
mean.
I'm stealing your notes. But we face everything together. Even if and there's times where I'm not 100% on board with where you're at, but if you've got a conflict with someone else, I'm gonna back you. Unless it's just morally wrong. But I mean, that's never been a challenge for us.
Was it the enemy of my friend is my enemy or something?
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
like that.
we're pretty much on the same page. And you say whatever you want about me, but say something to you, or try to hurt me, but you hurt you, and it's
It's
over.
on.
It's over. It's over. Life is going to
100%.
end. Um, let's talk about how do we balance expressing our feelings honestly without letting anger or frustration take over.
Um, that's a tough one because when you're passionate about something, you want to speak on that and you want to be heard. But it is so important to try to remain unemotional to me. I mean, the once you start becoming super emotional and taking it personal, um, that's when you kind of lose a little balance, I think.
And again, you get defensive, and it's like, if an animal gets backed into a corner, what's it going to do? It's just going to lash out. And I think that we are very good about not lashing out, even if we feel a little bit defensive, even if we're not totally on the same page, because all that's going to do is make it worse, right? That's
Right.
just going to escalate the argument. And then what happens is we're arguing. This has happened before. I mean, right? We'll be having an argument about one thing, and then something comes out, about something else, and like it completely goes in a different direction. You're like, we weren't even talking about that. Now we're arguing about this instead of the original concern. And it happens because we just get a little,
Yeah,
and it
we're
just,
strong people.
yeah, we definitely have our strong personalities, but I think that we do a good job of not doing that often.
Right.
But it can happen. I think that that's what comes out of um, getting too emotional, is you start to say things that you don't mean. You say things that you can't take it back, and that just and maybe when we were younger that was more likely to happen. Now, because I was always um, when we got in a fight, I was always in fear we were going to break up. That was always my fear. Every time we got in a fight, I'm like, oh man. And I would literally want to do anything to not let you break up with me. And so, but then I would get really, really mad.
Right.
Right. And then I would get super emotional and upset. And then I'd say something that I didn't mean. And then I was like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. And because now it just made it worse.
Yeah.
And,
Dating years were hard.
but now, now, after 30 plus years, um, it's not that I don't worry that you're gonna leave. Like I'm confident in our relationship and our marriage that that one little thing isn't gonna just like tear us apart. And that
Yeah.
that keeps me a little bit more calm,
Yeah.
and keeps me able to discuss things without again, without getting
Yeah.
overly emotional about it.
Well,
So
and you know that it's going to be okay. It's just we got to get to that point.
mhm, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think back. I mean, even it's just sometimes it's hard for me to think back to when was the last like kind of big blow up, and there really hasn't been one. Um, lots of little things, Um, sometimes it has to do with you not eating too,
Absolutely.
because then you just
I'll
get
accept
angry,
I will accept that.
right? That's where Mason gets it. If
100%.
he doesn't eat, he's hangry and just.
I know. And
Um,
there's times when you're like, hold on, did you have lunch today?" And we'll go back and oops.
or you know what? There's times where you're feeling overwhelmed with life
Mhm.
and things that you've got going on. You've got this to do and that to do, and catching up with this and feeling behind here. And I've also learned that timing is everything. Like, I'm not gonna bring up an issue while you're in the middle of a personal crisis,
Right.
because nothing good is going to come out of that. So
Yep.
I tend to wait a little bit longer, because I know that I am uh, guilty of unloading things, just kind of bleh, just telling you.
100% with
Right.
all the love.
But I try to have better timing, because if I catch you in the middle of, again, a major crisis with an event that's coming up, it's like, let that take priority for a minute, and we can get back to this.
I think
So
that's a guy thing too. They just want to kind of like let it out and say what they had to say, and so you're really good about not
trying.
jumping. Well, not really good. You're fairly good at that.
Fairly good. All right, guys. Hey, thanks again for watching. We got one more question that we're going to go over. We're talking about fighting fair, our rules for healthy conflict. I mean, and listen, I don't know. I mean, there's no perfect marriage. There's no perfect couple. I don't think that there's any relationship where there's never going to be any kind of conflict, because I think, at some point, if we're not challenging each other in certain ways, we're not helping each other grow either.
Right.
So I think that that's where, when we talk about healthy conflict comes about, um, it's through challenging each other.
So I'm here to help challenge you.
What are you
Clearly,
what are you
no, in
challenging me on?
general.
Oh, just in life,
Like,
my patience.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So if you could give couples just one fighting fair rule to live by, what would it be and why?
So what I had started earlier, I think something like saying, I think it's important to say things like, I feel this way rather than you make me feel this way. I feel like it's not fair to always push off how you make me feel and not own any of that. I think taking ownership is super important in fighting fair.
Mm,
Um, if I walk around saying, um, you make me so mad or you made me so sad today. Well, what else happened today? And I am already sad, or this is all your fault is what that's saying to me
hmm
rather than how I receive it.
So going back to the trying not to place blame, and just owning the problem or the challenge, and how are we going to fix it or get through it together. I like it. I like it. Um, One fighting fair rule to live by. Um, name calling, and trying to cause a reaction, or trying to force the result, um, because of like selfish reasons, like trying to get you just to agree, or just
Yeah.
to concede, or just like, just do this. I think that first of all, I don't think that that's a respectful way, uh, to be in a relationship, right? You have every right to feel how you feel. I have every right to feel how I feel, and we have to come together on how we feel, in certain situations. So I just think that sometimes, it's an unfair fight if I'm trying to force you to feel what I'm feeling, or force you to, um, I think, it's good for me to help you understand how I'm feeling, but if I feel like this is the decision that should be made, like telling you that that's the only way that's gonna
Right.
resolve the conflict, I don't think that that's a good way, to fight fair.
Right.
And name calling, and saying the things that you don't mean just to get a reaction, I think that that's an unfair, uh, rule of fighting. And
It's true in any relationship and with friends, with family, with coworkers. Like, I think that's important with everybody, just to maintain a respectful relationship.
mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, there's a couple of you still watching. If you have any questions, would love to answer them. But we've gone through our 5 questions, talking about fighting fair and our rules for healthy conflict. We got lots of themes coming up. We actually have, at least 45. We set up a whole year worth of these episodes, so we'll be here every Wednesday, usually at 10 a.m. Sometimes we're a little bit late, just because either we slept in, or we were making pancakes for breakfast,
Or
or
the cat was jumping on our things.
cat was jumping on the things. But yeah, anything else you want to add?
That's it for me.
That's it for me. That's all, folks. All right, guys. Well, it is fall. Happy fall. I know,
Y'all,
y'all.
it's
I know.
October. It's been fall.
I know. A lot of people are so excited about Halloween and all of those things. I don't get excited about it. I'm looking forward to Christmas. I guess we can just start setting up our Christmas tree now if we want. But anyway, if you enjoy those things
Can we have a Christmas tree this year?
with
The
a
cat?
cat,
I don't know.
I don't know.
What do you think
Probably.
about that?
The cat's going to climb the tree. But
Mm.
all right. Well, we'll be back next week. So, guys, go out and have a great day. Make sure to fight fair and do us a favor once again. Please like, share, and comment. Go to YouTube and subscribe to Master Motivation Podcast. And we'll see you guys next week on Wednesday.
Have
Have
a
a good
great
day.
week.
All right. Bye.